I have always said, I don't say I don't make mistakes, I make many of them. But one thing that has happened to me is that God has never disappointed me. And that is very important. My mistake. For instance, one of the mistakes I made was picking a number 2 when I was going to become president. But because it is a genuine mistake, God saved me out of it. You can say that. I have no personal issue with Atiku, but if I then, with what I know about Atiku, which you can read in my book.
Okay, read the book. Are you a member of his family?
With what I know about Atiku, if I have put Atiku forward, God will not have forgiven me.
Okay.
We got a letter from America in June 2006 listing a number of people to be investigated. Atiku was one of them. Atiku was one of them. That letter went straight to EFCC. It was just shown to me because they will not be able to investigate my number 2 without my saying, okay, if we get this letter from America, so be it. And I could not, in good conscience, ask my number 2 to be investigated. But the Americans wrote and asked, among others, that he should be investigated. And that we cannot rule out. So no. At that time, politically, I needed to carry him along. Politically, I needed to carry him along. But I don't know whether he can go to America now. Do you know? I'm asking you, do you know?
I know he travels.
To where? He travels to where? To Dubai?
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Former President of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, has released another bombshell against the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. He said, I made mistake picking Atiku Abubakar, although he did not name him, but he said, I made mistake picking my number 2 in 1999, when he was elected the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the first democratic leadership in Nigeria. Nigeria's former president has said he made a mistake in picking his running mate, that he said number 2 in the presidency in 1999. Atiku Abubakar was his vice president, or you can say running mate. Atiku is now the PDP presidential candidate for the 2023 general election. This, Obasanjo said this in Abeokuta at the leadership and entrepreneurship mentoring session with selected school students. The former president said he would not say he did not make mistakes, saying he made many of them. According to him, one thing that happened to him was that God had never disappointed him, and that was very important. He said, for instance, one of the mistakes I made was picking a number 2 when I was going to become president. But because it's a genuine mistake, God saved me out of it, he said. So, and this is not, the only bombshell Obasanjo has released against his, running mate or his vice, Atiku Abubakar. In his book, he said the first bribery incident in National Assembly was introduced by Atiku Abubakar, the current PDP presidential candidate. He said Atiku Abubakar paid $5,000 to each senator to impeach the then Senator Evans Enwonem, the then president of the Senate. According to Obasanjo's book, that was the beginning of grand corruption in the legislature. Obasanjo said in his book, Obasanjo, My Watch, He said you should read this book, and when you read it, oh my God, there are lots and lots. He revealed a lot of gave a lot of damaging information against Atiku Abubakar, and even in the video you have watched, so Atiku cannot go to America. He said while as president, he received a letter that Atiku should be investigated for corruption cases, and even since 2019, Atiku contested, it has been, used against him. Go to America. He cannot go to America because he has corruption cases there. So how can a man who has corruption cases in America be attempting to become the president of Nigeria? How is that going to be possible? How should we even think about that? May God deliver Nigeria from corrupt leaders. Now, when we look at what Obasanjo said, what he said is true. Look at the way PDP presidential primary went, how it happened. According to Shimole said it was dollarized. It was dollarized. And the PDP presidential primary has become a thing of the highest bidder. If you have the highest money, you have the highest dollar, you can, stake your own high, you have the highest amount, you are the one that win it. But of course, Nigerian election, to become the president of Nigeria, is not about how rich you are. If the people trust you, they will vote for you. But for now, I don't know if Atiku will ever become the president of Nigeria in life. With the damaging revelation that is in Obasanjo's book. Oh my God. In fact, in one of these videos, I believe you have watched it also, he said that if he had fielded Atiku, that God wouldn't have forgiven Olusegun Obasanjo, former president of Nigeria, said if he had fielded, if he had supported Atiku for presidency, God wouldn't have forgiven him. So many of us, we are thinking, okay, 2022, 2023, general election, Obasanjo will actually throw his weight for Atiku Abubakar. He will support him to become the president. But that's not the case. He's yet to release more bombshell against Atiku. But a man who has such a questionable character, should he be voted for to become the president of Nigeria? That answer is left for you. Nigeria this time is voting for competence. We are not recycling old leaders. It's time to take our own destiny by our own hands. Nigerians, let's vote competence and character.